Cutting show guys, Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video guys, we are back again with more weapons to go over, because there has been a couple from the season that I kind of slacked on, haven't done. And I honestly, this weapon we are doing today, I don't think I've seen any real videos on this, because probably it's definitely one of these where people think it's average. But I will say it's got some banger rolls, and every weapon deserves a review, boys. Every single one, even if it's ass. And it's going to be the Imperative Scout Rifle itself. Now this is of course part of the new season with the coil and everything, so you can get these sort of, I will say, bin weapons. Is that the best? It looks like they just came out of the bin. I mean, they've been just left in the dirt for a few weeks or a few months probably, and it's just grown all this crap on it. But the Imperative itself, of course, this came out in season of the Undying, and they have been brought back this season with some brand new rolls and everything. How you do get them, of course, is by doing the coil. If you get the chest during the coil and everything, you have a chance to get these to drop, and then once you get them, we can start focusing them, and they are going to be craftable by this freaking, you can see the harmonizer can go on it. And when it comes to rolls, it actually has some really good rolls. You'll see on the screen what you can get. You can get things like, of course, the no distractions. You can get Key Boy on it. You can get Demolitionist, and you can pair that with Adrenaline Junkie with Osmosis, which honestly for me is pretty big. I think that's a massively good combo. It's also got things like Kinetic Tremors, which obviously on a Kinetic makes a really good PvE, and it will have the Iron Trait Nano Munitions as well, which honestly for me is an absolute god tier perk for PvE. I mean, you just basically never have to reload as long as you're with teammates, which is insane. That's why Kinetic Tremors on this might be an absolute banger. I do have some Kinetic Tremor rolls myself. You can see Subsistence Demo, and oh, that's Trishan Orbs. So without further ado, let's go some PvP with the Imperative Scout. Alrighty, so we are gonna be on a rumble of all freaking maps. Yeah, Bungie, whenever I have a scout rifle, they give me this dumb ass freaking map. Okay, please die for me, please die for me, please die for me. Oh, didn't even get hit by that. What? Yo, young man, can you get your ass over here real quick? I need to finish you off. Oh my god, thank you. But you'll see, obviously it's a scout rifle, so up close I'm kind of a little bit screwed, I'm not gonna lie. It's not exactly going to be the best. 150s, I actually do think they can be pretty nice in the right engagements. Obviously on this sort of map and everything, you can kind of see it will struggle a little bit, but with the right buffs and everything, you can kind of get going. And of course Adrenaline Junkie, if I do get a grenade kill, the damage is actually kind of insane, and you can of course get the well-rounded going too. So every time I get like a melee hit or like a grenade hit or whatever, I will of course get the well-rounded going, which will do absolute work. Now, oh my god, that's the ace. On this close quarters map, hand cannons are gonna absolutely ruin me. And that's the thing about scout rifles, that they're not that they're like super bad. Like, they do well on what they're meant to, which is long range fights. But obviously when it comes to the current meta, they just struggle up close, because the current meta is all about, could you just die for me please? But the current meta is all just about getting freaking close quarter kills and everything. But this is gonna be the Adrenaline Junkie. Oh no, I had the Adrenaline Junkie by 5 going. But yeah, at the moment it's all kind of just like hand cannon, SMG spam and everything like that. So I can understand why people won't go with this sort of scout, because not that it's, as I said, bad, but oh, especially bows as well, just doing absolute damage too. But it's not that it's bad, it's just you can kind of see that it struggles a little bit in the current meta. It's easy, everyone's just like sitting back. No! Oh my god, if he freaking ripped it up, and I had to freaking challenge him up close with this thing. But you can see it, when I get the damage kind of going, I actually do kind of like it. I actually do think the Imperative, it's actually pretty damn freaking sweet. I will definitely say though, when it comes to the weapon, oh my god, I whiffed like hell. But when it comes to it, I will say that people will still go for a little known thing in the raid, the Last Wish raid, called Transfiguration, which is also high impact, feels a little bit nicer, and also has probably some better rolls. And definitely some of the similar roles. So I kind of understand where people probably aren't even just reviewing this at all, because there is a Transfiguration. But I will still say that when it comes down to it, I think the Imperative, it actually can be pretty nice. Of course, up close, bro. Up close, you're gonna struggle like hell. I mean, this is not a freaking like, it's not a hand cannon. You cannot go up close with this thing. 150 fires super slow, damage is there, but my good god, is it so hard to be accurate up close. And that's why I got Pacifica, guys, because Bungie love to put me on the closest, legit, smallest peen map ever in the game when I've got a scout rifle. Yep, it always freaking happens there. There's people everywhere. I'll get this guy. Don't get away on me, buddy. You do not get away on me. And I actually haven't really shown as well. Buddy, he just gave up. Oh, he gave up with the scout rifle up close, buddy. Oh, we'll get this guy at the back. Go on, swing it. Swing it. Peekaboo, Pikachu. Oh, why is everyone here? What sort of spawns is this? And he just ran outside. Buddy, are you here or are you not? Where are you going? Why are you? Oh, there's Billy Bomb. Yo, Billy Bomb. He's trying to Wither Horde me. He's trying to frickin' Wither Horde me. My good god. Well, as I said, when you kind of get the well-rounded going with, of course, the Adrenaline, I actually do think it's pretty nice. Like you can see, scout rifles can do absolute work. It's just, of course, in the current meta. Yo, young man, give me that kill. Oh, we got it, boys. Okay, I got the adrenaline by 5. Who's got to peek me? Peek me. 94. So depending on resilience, that honestly could actually do work and everything now. Yo, young man. Oh, screw it. We ain't dealing with so shorts is. No swords, no swords, no swords. And yo, young man. He's actually trying to get me with the sword. Oh, God bless. Or freaking bless that child. Bless him. And there's the win. But yeah, I will say that in PvP, it's not that it's bad or anything like that. You can see it can do work or whatnot. But I definitely will say that Scout Rifle's just struggling in the current battle and everything. I do like this one. It feels nice with the well-rounded. And I will say Adrenaline Junkie when it gets going. 94 crit could kill some really under-resilience Guardians. Alrighty, time for the PvE side of things. You know, I already see I'll get the nano munitions going up because I got some teammates. Now, Rumble was a bit of a solo playlist. But this, of course, is going to be the Nightfall with this Scout Rifle, the Imperative. And this is going to be my, it's going to be a Demolitionist role with, of course, oh, here comes Kinetic Tremors. Kinetic Tremors, that's what I'm going for. But you'll see. Kinetic Tremors is going to be super, super nice. And I will definitely say as well that the great thing about Kinetic Tremors is that you can basically proc it, so easily. And also with the demo and everything, I'll basically never have to really reload. Now, of course, you can kind of see someone's going in with the new real meta freaking weapon, which is going to be the Polaris Lance. You can see it's freaking nutty. But the thing about this weapon is that it's just a really nice weapon PvE to kind of just chill and sit back with. You can see the Kinetic Tremors is going to do absolute work for you. You don't have to be up in their Jimmy Jams or up in their face to kind of get kills or whatever right now. Oh, I need to kill this thing real quick. Don't worry, boys. We got some. Get his ass. Get his ass. There we go. Look at that tongue getting absolutely freaking slammed. But the thing is, as well, is that I'm trying to reload a lot. I really don't need to. Like, you'll see, you get 4 bullets on the Scout Rifle every time you do. So when I get this to like a 7 stack, that's technically like I'm on, what, 4x7 or 4, yeah, 7 stack. 4x7 is 28. I can count, boys. Don't worry. I got the math. I got the freaking math. But you can see that as far as PvE goes, it's actually really, really nice, as I said, especially in high damage sort of environments where like Nightfalls, or if you're going to go to GMs and whatnot, it might be really nice. And the thing is that even if you don't use the Kinetic Tremors, you can get an Osmosis roll on this. So if you think about the season of mods this season, there's so much kind of going for it. And that's why I'm saying that do not sleep on this weapon. It can definitely do some work. Now, boys, freaking destroy this thing. Destroy his ass. Does anyone have Unstoppable? Nobody has Unstoppable. That is going to be... Oh, there we go. I think he got ignited by your man's Polaris Lance. That's the only reason that actually worked. But you can kind of see that the weapon itself, it actually isn't bad. I think it's really nice in PvE, of course. And as I said, with the current mods, if I had Osmosis on this, I could legit... Oh, I have a sniper on. Oh, I have a sniper on. Oh, my God. But if I had Osmosis on this, I could get those seasonal mods kind of going as well. So I could get the ignitions going with Radiant. I think honestly overall that this could be an absolute banger in PvE. Is that there is other weapons you can kind of go in with. I see Polaris Lance is doing work, but I do think it's a really nice one to pick up. It's a really solid 150, and the only one I think that is comparable to it is going to be the Transfiguration, which is a raid weapon, so which is unattainable to like at least 70% of the D2 population. I know I keep on mentioning the Osmosis as well, but this can actually roll with Demolition, or the Adrenaline Junkie and Demolitionist too. So that's another really nice combo if you want to go for a good grenade build. Like you can see, I'm using sun braces with my grenades. So if I got a bunch of like my sun braces kind of going, I'd get that 5 stack of course, the Adrenaline Junkie, which just gives me so much extra damage. Think of Adrenaline Junkie just as like Swashbuckler, but instead of a charged melee, it's a charged freaking what's it called, grenade. Well, a grenade. Ain't no charging with a grenade. It's always charged. It's always coming in freaking hot. But yeah, basically, if I had a Adrenaline Junkie on right now, I'd be getting that increased damage and everything. But I will still say that when a weapon has something like Kinetic Tremors, and it's, well, if it's kinetic and you're using the PvE, and it's got that Kinetic Tremors, realistically, you're going to want to go with the Kinetic Tremors because it's that good PvE. It's like, it's one of the only things that makes Kinetic somewhat viable PvE. But I still will say that, okay, we're just going to ignite this thing. But I still will say that when it comes to the weapon and everything, it's just really, really dope. I mean, look at that freaking damage. Obviously, I had the, oh, I freaking Dragon Breath to his ass, but the Kinetic Tremors just does come in so freaking clutch. Of course, against those sort of lower sort of tier mobs, it might not be that nice. And oh, yo, young man, freaking, they all just killed us. Okay, I'm gonna pop it as well. For this in PvE, in terms of the either Kinetic Tremors or the Adrenaline Junkie, I do think you can do absolute work with this. It's Adrenaline Junkie or Kinetic Tremors. They're both just S tier perks for me in PvE because you can get them going so consistently now. Oh, well, it's going to drop in about 2 seconds. Yo, buddy, get your ass out. Don't come back in. It's going to drop. But yeah, against these sorts of big ass guys, that is where the Kinetic Tremors is going to come in super, super clutch. Like you see, it's already kind of going. Freaking Dragon Breath is so he gets stunned, and I am still getting blasted. Yo, young man, the freaking guy, Unstoppable Champ, right in front of us, boys. Right in front of me. I am freaking so dead. Yo, give me freaking sun braces. Give me some braces. Give me some braces. my god, he's right there. Does anyone have Unstoppable on at all? Please. Please, oh freaking please. Alright, we're just gonna do this to him. Oh, there's the Unstoppable. But this is what I mean by if you had the Adrenaline Junkie. If I was actually able to chuck that onto an enemy and get a kill, I started doing so much more extra damage with this weapon. That's why I'm saying that in a good grenade build and everything, this will actually be really, really dope. So yeah, I just think overall, this is a really nice scout rifle. As I said, there's not many high impacts that can have these sorts of rolls and everything as well. Alrighty, final boss time, of course, worth their imperative they could and everything. And we might see the extra little bit of damage kind of going in on the boss and whatnot. Like you see, there's the kinetic tremors going. Dealing with those odds around his feet and everything. But I definitely will say when it comes to PvE, I actually do really like this. I think it can kind of do, it can do absolute work, especially against the bosses instead. Doing this sort of damage and then having the kinetic tremors going. I do think it honestly is really, really nice. And I will say, of course, with the extra munitions you kind of get going for stinting with teammates, I basically never have to reload. Of course, my reload is actually kind of slow, but you basically never have to reload consistently. That's what I'm kind of really getting at. Obviously, there is certain situations where you're probably best off reloading, but for the most part, I will definitely say that this scout rifle, it actually is really, really nice. And as I said, if you want to, you can get some really banger rolls. And oh, that's Unstoppable. Oh, I forgot there's an actual freaking knife on that normal strike. But yeah, as I said, kinetic tremors is just really that nice. You can see when you have things like Dragon's Breath going on it, then you have, of course, the kinetic tremors proccing at the same time. You can see that damage is going to be really, really freaking nice. It's just one of these perks that it just bodes really well for something like Dragon's Breath. As I said, it's just a solid ass weapon. I do think that if you do get some good rolls of it, especially kinetic tremor rolls, definitely do keep them because it can go in PvE. And I do think PvP, I think you can do work with a good Adrenaline Junkie roll. It's super sad there's no like kill clip roll. But my god, you can do some work in PvE. Well, that is it for me. And of course, the Imperative Scout Rifle itself. As I said, this is a little bit of a sleeper one. I think I haven't seen anybody talk about it. Maybe because obviously it's a Scout Rifle. There's been no videos by other people either on this. I just think generally speaking, Imperative, it definitely flies under the radar a bit for me. I think that this is a really solid Scout Rifle. I know Scouts aren't exactly the meta right now, but it is in a Scout Rifle archetype that actually doesn't do too bad in the right engagements. Of course, 150s on those longer maps like Eternity or Disjunction. I know everyone insta leaves them, but if there ever is going to be like Iron Banner or Shawls or whatever on them, this is a good weapon to kind of use. And I think that overall rolls wise, it actually does have some pretty nice ones for PvP. As I said, you got the rapid hit, you got the opening shot, you got all these sort of really nice rolls that can go in PvP. And in PvE, of course, it has some absolute bangers. Like it's got, of course, the kinetic tremors you can see here. This is the role I was using, Demolitionist. You can go for things like Subsistence if you want to. Triple tap, kinetic tremors is really nice as well. You got Explosive Payload, Adrenaline Junkie. It actually has some really nice perks in PvE. Osmosis too, actually, which can make this really, really sweet in some builds and everything. As I said, I think overall, because of the way it works and all the perks it has, I think it's a really solid one. I will admit that the Transfiguration, which is that raid one I was talking about, that might be a little bit better in terms of rolls and obviously stats and everything, base stats and whatnot. But as I always say, that raids aren't exactly accessible to a lot of people, especially crafting them. But not a lot of people raid, which is just a fact of Destiny 2. So this is a really nice one to pick up if you don't raid. This is a really solid. It's kind of like a light version of Transfiguration, but I think it is an absolute banger, and I'm surprised nobody's really talked about it that much more. But regardless, if you liked the video, trust like, and you want to see more content, subscribe, and fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you next collective in the next one.